Hello, welcome to episode 168 in the Datapack tutorial series, version 1.21.4. We're going to be adding a trade to the Wandering Trader. Okay, pretty self-explanatory. We'll add a trade to him. So let's get a trader. Hello. And oh, you've got some random stuff. Nice. Let's have a look at his data. Data, get, entity. I could use his UUID because I'm pointing at him. It's brought it up there. There it is. But I am going to say at n type equals Wandering Trader. I'm just going to get his data. Okay, there's his data. Right. Oh, we can see here. We've got seeds and stuff. Okay. What we want to be looking for, so we can ignore most of this, we want to be looking in offers. Okay, so let's reset chat, F3D. Let's just get his offers. That's better. And then all his offers are inside recipes. Okay, clear the chat again. Let's get offers.recipes. Now we can see what he's selling. Okay, so we can look at one here. First one, max use is 12, so we can use it 12 times. He will sell us one melon seed. Okay, if we give him, so sell is what he'll give us, buy is what he takes from us. If we give him one Minecraft Emerald, price multiplier 0.05. Okay, so we just need to copy that sort of structure. Okay, so while we've got that open, let's try that. So this time, instead of data get, I'm going to keep all of that the same, but I'm going to change it to data modify end. And you can see I'm still going to offers recipes. Now I want to add to the end of his list. I don't want to overwrite his list or anything, so I'm going to do append. And I'll append a value. And now we'll put our new trade in here. So max uses. Okay, we'll just read what it's got there. We've got a max uses. I'm going to say you can use it 4 times. And then we've got a comma. Then we've got a sell, which has some information in. And we have a buy, which has some information in. Sell has a count. Okay, count. This is what he's going to give to us. Let's say he's going to give us 8 ID Minecraft stone. You're going to give us 8 stone. If we give you count, should we say, let's say 3 ID Minecraft Emerald. Pretty rubbish deal. And we'll set our price multiplier to the same as theirs. Price multiplier. Okay, well I've done that wrong. That's not how you've got it, is it? You've got a price multiplier 0.05F. Okay, so what I've done is I've kept the same path as we did data get, and I've changed it to modify. We're still modifying his offers and his recipes. We're going to append. We're going to add to the end of that list a value, and the value I've just done by copying one of the values I can read in chat there. Okay. Now you shook your head. Does that mean you didn't like it? Oh, no. 3 emeralds for 8 stone. That's right. And we should only be able to use it 4 times. So if I shift and try and get them all, we've got 32. Yep. 4 times, because 32 divided by 4 is the 8 that he gave us. Cool. That seemed pretty safe. Right. Well, now obviously we don't want to run round every time a trader spawns and have to do that. So let's make it so whenever a trader spawns, we will give them that extra trade. So let's, in fact, I think what we'll do first is we'll copy that command because we could use that later. Let's home, copy that. And we will go over to the Datapack. We've got inside my namespace function, I've got trades, I've got add trade from list, add trade. And we're going to use the load and the tick. So I'm going to just start by using the tick. Processed untagged traders. Okay, so execute as any entity whose type equals Wandering Trader, whose tag equals doesn't have checked. So if one spawns, it won't have that tag, and we'll grab it to do something to it. We will run function add trade. Save that. Let's go to add trade. And we'll just paste in that command we did in chat, and we'll tag him. Tag add s, add checked. Now, if we don't add that checked, it's going to keep coming back here, and it's going to just keep spamming him with extra trades. And also it means that once we've finished with him, we don't need to update him anymore, which means he's not going to be checked anymore, which is good. But we need to make some changes here. So we are calling this as any entity type wandering trader. Okay, so here for our selector, there's no point selecting the nearest wandering trader. We should be selecting at S. Other than that, I think we're fine. Oh, look at that little mistake in max uses. Now I copied that from the command we put in chat, and it still seemed to work, didn't it? But we'll change that. And price multiplier, it just doesn't seem to like it. But that's what it had in his data. So that's what I'm leaving. I'm just going to put that down to VS Code being naughty, because that is what was in his data. We will double check it though. Let's do a reload. Now I just spawned one, and he's automatically got that trade. I'm going to data get this guy. Data get entity. And let's have a look. Price, P-R-I-C-E. So this is camel case, yeah. P-R-I-C-E, big M, L-U-T-I-P-L-I-E-R. Yeah, I've got the same. Okay, so this is just VS Code, and my VS Code likes to play up. So since we can see that that is the same as what Minecraft expects, we'll leave it. We're okay. Well, we're done. Any wandering trader we summon now, we'll have that trade. Always that trade. That seems a bit boring. So I think what we'll do is we'll get it to run off a list. Let's do that. So instead of adding just that trade, let's add a trade from a list. And then we'll leave it there for today. And then later on, we'll be able to sort of grab a random trade from the list, or a random 2 or 3 trades from the list, or a random amount of random trades from the list. Okay, so let's get a list working. So I think for that, the first thing we're going to want is a list. So let's go to load. We'll do some data setup. Space. I'll get myself my little funny split line character. Copy that, or cut it rather. And I'm going to do data, modify, storage, ID, data, infernal devices data. Just call it trades. Set value. Open and close square brackets. I'm going to have 1 trade. 2 trades. Now to keep this tidy, this is why I want my little split character. We will just split this onto multiple lines. Like so. It's going to be easier to read. Now let's go back to our add trade. Okay, and let's just copy everything inside those yellow brackets. Let's copy that and put that into that one. There's 1 trade, and let's make another trade. Okay, max uses, we'll set this one to 1. That would be obvious to test. It'll get a count of 64. He is going to give us cobblestone, and he wants 8 emeralds for that. Okay, so now we've got 2 different trades, one in index 0, one in index 1. Let's copy everything in here, and we'll do a separate function. That way this function will still be in the data pack for you to check out. Let's go here, let's just paste it in. Okay, but now we don't want to append that, and we're not appending a value. We are going to be appending from storage, ID data, yeah, we called it trades, and then we have index 0 or 1. So let's say 0. Save that. Let's go to the tick function and change it so it's now pointing to our new function. Okay, so it's going to come in here. It's going to find the trader. He's not been tagged. We're going to come in here. We will data modify. We'll offers recipes. We'll add to the end of the list from storage ID data trade 0, which will look in here, and get it from this. So we're expecting to get the stone one again. Okay, let's do a reload. Pop you down. That's stone, definitely. Okay. Now let's go back and we will just pop into here, add trade from list, and we'll just change that to a 1. Save. We will pop back, do a reload, stick him down. And this time we got the cobblestone. We should only be able to do it once. So I should end up with 64 cobblestone and a few less. Try and do it as many times as we can by shift clicking. Looks like we only did it once. Cool. Okay. Right, we're going to leave it there for today. But now we could add as many of these to this list as we wanted. We could add 10 more, 100 more. You get the idea what I mean by as many as we wanted. And all we'd have to do is change this number. So that's pretty simple. Okay, so next time we'll probably come back and revisit this. If not, that might be enough information for you. You could probably just use a macro. You have a play around, see what you can do. If not, and if people want, I think what we'll do is we'll come back, we'll do it so you pick one trade at random and then a random amount of trades, a random amount of random trades, etc., etc. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind is if you are giving them a random amount of trades, you don't want to say, give them this trade 3 times, which would be possible if it was random. So you'd probably want to copy this to a separate list, and each time you added a trade, remove it from the list. Anyway, there's a few things. If you want a little bit of homework, you can have a go at playing around with that. Let me know how you get on. If you just think, oh, funnel, I can't be bothered to make that. I just want to see how you do it. Then just chuck some comments down. Say, yes, please. I would like to see that. And we'll come back and visit this again. I think I'm going to anyway, because I probably want to add it to my Dataland series. I think it'd be quite nice to have traders that offered something a bit extra. Maybe they could offer you some of the recipes, the custom recipes we've got in that series. Anyway, danger of waffling. You might not even watch that series, in which case I'm waffling about nothing at all that interests you. Right, you have a good day. I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.